Welcome back, and a health alert for you this morning. We are in the summer months and millions of Americans are traveling to their vacation destinations. And while traveling includes sitting for a long period of time, it can increase your chance of developing deep vein thrombosis or blood clots. Here to talk about how we can minimize those chances of DVT is Dr. Brian Kelly with HCA Florida JFK North Hospital. Doctor, thank you for being with us. Well, first of all, go into a little bit more detail about DVT. Is it simply blood clots? Is that the short way to say it?
A DVT is a blood clot.
Okay.
It is a blood clot that forms inside one of your veins, most commonly in the veins of the leg or in the pelvis. It's something that can cause significant problems, so we do want to keep an eye out for it.
And so I guess I always think of those things as being kind of just generally health related, perhaps even hereditary. So how can I prevent something like this?
So there are definite genetic risks and
Okay.
family risk that play into the things, but the primary driver for a lot of this stuff and the primary thing that we can affect is staying active. Long periods of time sitting down, not moving your legs, be it on a long plane flight or a long car ride, things of that nature, all can lead to situations where the blood becomes sluggish in the veins,
Okay.
and the sluggish blood can clot off.
And so a lot of times this might happen to somebody who may already have an existing issue, and then this summer travel, sitting for a long period of time, it perhaps comes to light.
Indeed, it does happen more commonly in people who have had problems with this before, but it can happen to just about anybody.
And talk about age range. I always think, oh, I'm kind of on the younger end. I don't need to worry about something like that.
Sure, it is definitely another thing, like most things in medicine, that happen more commonly as we grow older, but it is something that can happen in younger folks all the way down. Young athletes get them. It's very common across the spectrum, but it is definitely more common the older you get.
How do you talk to your doctor about it? What can they do to help us prevent something like this? Can they check ahead of time to make sure everything's okay?
So in the absence of any diagnosed condition, like a hypercoagulable condition or something where other members of your family have had blood clots, there's not too much to do in terms of pre-testing. The primary thing that you can do with your doctor is preventative work, and by which I mean to say compression stockings and plans for staying active.
Okay, all right. So what do you do if you're on a long flight or a long car ride to make sure that you're moving okay?
So I get up, for 10, 15 minutes at least every
Okay.
couple of hours, move around as much as I can. If I'm in a car for long periods of time, I will be doing calf pumps and flexing and
okay.
things along those lines. Anything you can do to get any level of activity in your leg will help.
Oh, that's great. And legs, that's usually where you see them the
It's
most.
most commonly in the legs, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
good information. Little things we can do to hopefully try to prevent, of course, eating healthy and seeing your doctor regularly also a good idea. Thank you so much, doctor. Good information. So be careful as you are traveling. Get up a couple times, move around. It's easy to do. All right.